Women's Strategy Deployment course. In this course, you will learn: what is strategy deployment? How does the strategy deployment process differ from traditional approaches to strategic planning? Understand how strategy deployment fits into the lean management system. Review the 7 steps of the strategy deployment process and tools. Understand the role of leaders and culture needed to support strategy deployment. Take a moment to think about how are goals and priorities established, communicated, monitored, and achieved in your program. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being strongly disagree, 5 strongly agree, how would you rate the following statements for your program area? BC Women's priorities are clear to me. My program's priorities are clear to me. Staff and providers know what the priorities are. Staff and providers have a voice in setting priorities. Staff and providers participate in improvement work to achieve the priorities. We sustain results from our improvement initiatives. We finish completing the work required for a priority before taking on a new initiative. As leaders, you have all been through some type of strategic planning activity. Strategy creation is the easy part. Effective execution is the hard part. The bridge between strategy creation and execution is often disconnected. According to Kaplan and Norton, well-known strategy experts who developed the balanced scorecard as a strategy performance tool, only 10% of organizations execute their strategy. The barriers to strategy execution include a vision barrier. Only 5% of the workforce understands the strategy. A people barrier. Only 25% of the leaders and staff have performance linked to strategy. An executive barrier. 86% of executive teams spend less than an hour per month discussing strategy and priorities. A resource barrier. 60% of the organizations do not link resources to their strategy. Without management systems to support strategy execution, typical strategic planning results in too many projects in flight with few that deliver the promised results, insufficient detail, lack of active review, very long lead time for improvement, senior leadership vision does not match organizational activities, organizational priorities do not reflect the issues experienced at point of care. So how can we bridge strategy creation with strategy execution? Without a method for taking your strategy all the way from executive to point of care, you risk long lead times for improvement, year-to-year plans that never connect, too many projects with few to delivering. The lean management system supports effective strategy creation and execution. There are 2 ways to achieve excellence. Top-down focuses on creating and improving systems. Bottom-up focus on total employee involvement and continuous improvement. However, both have their downfalls. Top-down fails to address the end-to-end patient journey or to address issues identified by staff and patients and families at point of care. The result is too many competing priorities, if not aligned. Bottom-up results in many islands of improvement that never join up to deliver priorities set by the Ministry of Health, the Health Authority, the hospital, and the program directional priorities. Combining these 2 approaches is a winning combination. What is strategy deployment? Strategy deployment is a process of setting clear, meaningful, vital few goals and embedding them into the daily work and mindset of everyone in the organization. The process supports leaders to align all employees, functions, and programs to the goals and priorities of the organization. Goals and plans are cascaded down and up in an organization from Ministry of Health, PHSA to BC Women's Leadership to point of care staff and providers, and back up again for repeated review, input, actions, and revisions. The strategy deployment goal setting and planning cycle is ideally repeated annually so that goals do not fall out of sync with current needs and opportunities. The following video will further explain the strategy deployment process, also referred to as the W process in this video.